It's Holy Wednesday, and good morning, Cardinal Braganza. I'm former Secretary Edwin Lacierda from Pinoy's administration.
Masantos siya kapusan at sige namin, naimbang nga bigat tayo amin apo, magandang morning Pilipinas. Former Secretary Hernani ang Salud Braganza po, President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo's administration.
And we are the Spokes! From the Palace House, then to our group chats now,
We'll be giving you conversations that will make you think and assess.
so that you could come up with your own personal opinion. Are noted by the Spokes this Wednesday, President Marcos is seeking diplomatic talks with Iran for the safe passage of Philippine-bound ships in Hormuz. Magdi-negotiate niya si Secretary Tess Lazaro.
By the way, it's April 1 today, ha? Happy Fool Day!
Happy Full Day. Ba't Happy Full Day? Bagong batian niya, April Fools.
Oo nga, this is good news.
Tapos April Fools ba ito? Hindi.
Ay, di ko alam, but this is good news. Di ba? Considering na wala pang katapusan yung giyera sa Iran at maraming nagbaback channel na bansa to secure their oil reserves
But,
from Iran.
maganda ang diplomatic relations natin with Iran. I remember in the 70s, ang dami mga Iranian students pumupunta rin. And by the way,
Until today.
By the way, mga Iranians do not call them Arabs. They're not Arabs, they're Persians.
They're Persians.
So, magagalit sila.
So we see a lot of Iranians in our country studying medical
Nursing.
courses, nursing,
Yes.
medicine. At may mga schools nga na halos 80-70% Iranian. So that also speaks well, di ba? Doon sa medical courses natin sa Pilipinas. But again, this is good news. Kasi yung ibang bansa kasi na gustong dumaan sa Strait of Hormuz, na inaharang nila, bayad ng $2 million.
Talaga? Ganun
Nilagyan ng
kamahal?
toll gate.
Oo nga, may toll na.
So with the exception of Israel and the US, all other countries
Pinapayagan.
So this is basically
Pakistan
good
was
news.
able to do it, so hopefully payagan ng Iran ang Pilipinas dahil wala naman tayong masamang tinapay with them, di ba?
Yes, at sana maging tagumpay si
Tess Lazaro.
Secretary Lazaro sa kanyang assignment na to.
Malaking bagay yan.
The country needs this now.
And I'm sure Iran would also be willing to allow them. May toll eh.
Oo nga. Sana bawas-bawasan yung toll ng Iran.
Pero since the war started, mga 18 vessels na talagang pinatigil nila eh. And
Yes.
they were attacked. No? So hopefully, wag sana.
Especially those vessels that carries the American flag, the Israeli flag, or identified with both countries. Kaya nga, ultimo yung Europe, ayaw kumampi sa gera eh.
Oo nga.
Di ba? So, technically, the
In the
US...
first place naman, hindi naman humingi ng tulong si
Hindi
President
sila
Trump sa
kinonsulta.
kanila eh. Tapos ngayon, hihingi ng tulong.
Tapos iniipit pa sila sa Ukraine war.
Correct.
Kasi medyo pabor kay Putin ata. Oh, by the way, President Trump lifted the sanctions
On
sa
Russian oil.
On Russian oil.
Kaya our Russian oil dumating na eh. Galing sa
Yes, meron sa atin. Tapos nagpadala rin sa Cuba. Parang ganun eh.
So anyway, let's hope that we wish Tess Lazaro well in negotiating successfully.
Good luck po, Sec. Good luck po, Sec. Also hitting the headlines, noted by the Spokes, DOH Secretary Ted Herbosa and 3 officials face new graft complaints over alleged 1.5 billion expired medicines and vaccines. April 1, Fool's Day na ba ito?
Pero sobra naman. Parating nasa balita si Secretary Herbosa.
Yes, medyo consistent.
Consistently na
Consistently
controversial.
nasa news at controversial. Well, sad to say, totoo naman po kasi. And we're not making up the news. We're just relaying the news to the people because it is our obligation to do so.
Expired medicine? My God, that's so dangerous, di ba? Parang...
You know, there are 1,500 plus municipalities and cities. There are 18 regional hospitals. There are 78 provincial hospitals. There are 300 plus district hospitals. Bakit mag-i-expire ang gamot sa DOH? Ang mahal po ng gamot ngayon.
Alam mo, hindi ko alam kung yung they have a bad inventory system in DOH sa Central Depository nila. Because otherwise, why are you allowing purchasing medicines with near expiration? Either that or for inventory system, dinidistribute, expired na pala yung mga medicines.
Alam mo po si Edwin, I will just have to remind you, yung best friend mo si Dr. Lachon,
Oh.
he mentioned in the show that minsan ang binibili raw ng DOH, kung totoo medyo malapit nang mag-expire na gamot.
Correct.
So because they can buy it technically cheaper, but at a regular price. So very sad po ito.
By the way, that's also, last Saturday, I went to a Mercury drugstore. We are very, very particular. Please check the expiration date. Kasi kung malapit na, hindi nyo mauubos yan. You'll get expired. So, make sure that even, kahit na walang controversy, make sure that when you go to the drugstore, check the expiration date. But dito very concerning itong ginawa kay Secretary Herbosa because COA flagged billions of wasted medicines and vaccines in the past. So, paulit-ulit na parang acquiring or procuring medicines with very close expiration.
By the way, hindi na naman si Secretary Herbosa to eh. Endemic itong sakit na to sa Department of Health.
Oo nga.
Bordering on pandemic.
But what's so concerning really is gamot to tapos assuming kung talagang may totoong kumikita sila at saka wag naman sana kasi gamot ito eh.
At saka masakit dito, very specific yung gamot na nag-expire.
Correct.
It has something to
Family
do with mental
medicines,
health,
yes,
family medicines. Sa krisis ngayon ng gasolina, pagtaas ng presyo ng lahat ng bilihin, basic necessity to yung gamot. Di ba? Basic necessity to.
And before that, on March 10, may controversy na he was procuring also substandard mobile vehicles. Diba parang mobile clinics, no? Parang, why is there a continuous... I can't believe that...
Ayaw kong isipin kasi na Holy Week ngayon. Pinitensya ba tawag dito? Ng taong bayan?
Gulang yata ang tawag doon.
Parent. Magulang. Okay.
But anyway, there were reports that Secretary Herbosa was on the way out, but Malacanang said that he still enjoys the trust and confidence of the President.
Alam niyo, may tiwala pa ako sa Bilyonaryo News na pag nagsabing on the way out at si Sec Edwin on the way in. Isang araw, maneho sa Cubao, beep, 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 beep. Sabi ko na nga sa inyo eh.
Miyerkules Santo po ngayon, bawal mo mag-joke si Nani. Or bawal mo magmura si Nani. But anyway, these are the headlines noted by the spokes. Today, we'll have one of the most recognizable activist priests in the Philippines, Father Robert Reyes. When the spokes return, after this short break.
Huli ka, Balbon.
And the spokes is back. He is known to many as the running priest, who has literally taken his advocacy to the streets, running, fasting, and protesting in the name of truth and accountability.
As many call for moral clarity in a time of political division, he has made it his mission to speak and act boldly. Joining us is Father Robert Reyes. Matagal ko na pong kilala during martial law time. Welcome po.
Welcome, Father.
Father Robert.
Still as young as ever?
Well, I was a senior. I turned senior 11 years ago.
So you're now 71?
I'm 71.
So
You look very healthy po. Parang hindi kayo tumanda.
I stay away from guys like you.
Warning shot! Warning shot! Warning shot! Holy Week ngayon. Let me ask you this. Meron bang pari sa pamilya nyo, kaya po kayo nagpari?
Wala. Pero on both sides, protestante.
talaga?
My father has Aglipayan relatives.
Okay.
My mother comes from a Methodist family. So,
Okay.
protesting priest ako. Protestant families.
Kaya pala.
Oh.
No, but how did you pero sila,
the blood. In the blood.
Your parents were Catholics.
Yes, Catholics.
Ah,
Yes,
okay.
both Catholics.
But sabi nga raw sabi daw ni age 4 pa lang gusto niya na magpare. How can someone so young?
No. Plus 4. I was 8 years old.
How come you have such a yearning to become a priest at that early age?
Because I was exposed to good priests. And as I am exposed to good men. Okay?
Okay.
So, yeah,
But you were also exposed to good women.
Of course, my mother.
No, but even before you became a priest, nagka-girlfriend ho kayo, inuwi nyo pa sa bahay nyo.
Grabe. Sino nag-chismis sa'yo niyan?
Secret!
Grabe. Hindi, totoo yan. Totoo yan. When I was having thoughts about pari ba o hindi, I brought a good friend who was female.
Your girlfriend?
Hindi pa girlfriend yun.
Hindi pa.
Considering the possibility.
But you were actively dating? Or exclusively dating?
Not dating kasi...
Hindi rin ho.
Hindi. Seminarista ako eh.
So anong app ho yung ginagamit nyo nung naganap po?
Wala no. Tapos a long time ago.
Pasensya na po kay Congressman Marites, ano?
Hindi po eh. Nabalitaan ko lang kasi na you had a girlfriend. But normal naman po
I
yun.
had girlfriends.
Girlfriend? Oh, man.
Friends who were girls.
Okay.
Iba yun ha. Friends who were girls.
Napanood nyo ba sa buong buhay nyo to? Napanood mo to ng sinin to?
Anong sinin?
Na nagko-confess sa atin si Father.
Oo nga.
Iba to. This is unique.
Pero I didn't know that you were classmates with Cardinal Antonio Tagle pala.
Yes, we were.
Dito sa Guadalupe. Saan
No,
kayo
not Guadalupe.
Saan kayo nag-aral?
In San Jose Seminary, in
In
Ateneo.
Ateneo.
But we were not batchmates in college. He entered San Jose in 1973. I was already in San Jose in 1970.
Okay.
So in 1970, I was in third year high school. 72, I was in first year college. And Chito entered in 73. So I was second year college, he was first year college. Pero after 4 years of college, the Jesuits would encourage us to leave the seminary to fall in love.
No kidding.
Kasi mahirap ma-fall in love ang pare pag pari na eh. So, go out, discover yourself in the world. And I went to a place, I will not mention the place, hoping that I'll find a girlfriend. It was the wrong place. This was, I taught in a school of spinsters. Cranky old maids. And the youngest was in her 40s. And I was 21.
Masyado nung maselan, Father.
Hindi, I mean, but the problem was,
True.
I had students who were only 4 years younger than me. That was the problem. Unethical yon.
Okay.
A teacher should not fall in love with his students. So, sabi ko, after 1 year,
Bakit si Edwin?
I don't know. Ayun, sige, maglaglagan kayo.
Father, ito, hindi. You become, let's say, after you became a priest, and this is a question that always intrigues us laymen. Did you ever fall into a temptation of getting attracted to a woman, and then if ever you did, how did you ward off those thoughts? Galing kay Nani yung tanong next. Ako lang nagtatanong eh.
Totoo.
The holy and talented Father Hontiveros, no?
Uncle ni Risa at
Yes,
ni
yes.
Pia.
He was our rector in San Jose Seminary 1972. Okay? Alam mo, he was already in his very late years, and a seminarian asked him, Father Honti, were you ever tempted? Did you ever look at a woman and had certain feelings which you should not have? Sabi niya, what do you mean you should not have?
Oh.
It is natural. I will always have those feelings, and it will only stop when I'm 6 feet under the ground.
Question lang po, yung celibacy, is that God's law or the Pope?
No. That's not God's law.
Hindi ho.
It's the church law.
But-
That's why the church can change it anytime.
Okay. So question lang mo, a lot of religions are very successful despite the fact na married to yung pastor nila, yung pari nila. So what stops the Catholic priests, including the nuns, from getting married?
It is a tradition that has survived centuries. Okay? And it makes sense eh. It makes sense. If I were married, I will not have time for this and for many things. I will have to attend to the daily chores of married life. Mahirap eh. When I was assigned in UP, in first time in 82 and then the second time in 96, the church next door was the Protestant Church, Church of the Risen Lord. Kaibigan ko yung mga pastor doon. Nagrereklamo sa akin. Sana naging Katoliko na lang kami. Bakit? Hindi kami bibili ng gatas. hindi kami maglalaban ng lampen.
Really?
To be a married man and a pastor, Protestant churches have combined and beautifully combined the two vocations. It's two vocations eh. Married and serving as a pastor. So to combine the two into a beautiful mix is not easy. So I congratulate I congratulated my counterparts in the Protestant church, but they always have this joke. If we only knew how difficult married life is, and combining it with being
It sounds
a
like
pastor.
the grass is always greener on the other side. Kasi mga ano naman pari sana nag-asawa na
Actually,
naman.
seriously lang po, God created man and woman.
Oh.
Go forth and multiply. Hindi naman sinabing multiply and go.
And subdue it.
At saka hindi naman sinabi na ng Diyos kasi na multiply and go. Go forth and multiply lang.
Ikaw yun. Yung
Siya
multiply.
yun. Okay. No, what I'm simply saying is that not also a violation of the church teachings? Kasi lalaki, babae, may stability kahit papaano, generally speaking. So, yun, may stability, yung lalaki, stable, pag may partner ho siya. Di ba? Ganon din yung babae pag may partner po siya. So, how do you address the problem of stability?
Saint Augustine said, when he was converted na.
Yes.
Before his conversion, ang kanyang bukang bibig is, Lord, make me chaste, but not yet. Mahilig sa chicks si Saint Augustine.
Augustine of Hippo.
Ang dami niyang chicks, may anak nga siya. May anak siya. Pero yung nanay niya, kaya naging santa, si Santa Monica, wala nang ginawa kundi ipagdasal yung kanyang anak na katulad ni Nani Braganza.
May pag-asa ka pa. May pare na nagsasabi
May
sa'yo.
pag-asa pa akong magpare. Pero I'm okay, marami po akong kumpare at saka kumari ko.
Anyway,
I'm fine.
to complete the story, I don't know how long it took God to pay attention to Saint Monica's prayer for her son. It took a long while. And when he was converted finally, he said, long have I searched you and finally I found you. And my heart is restless until it rests in thee. So, ang puso ng tao, whether you are a priest or a man like Edwin and especially like Nani, kasi Nani is a special man.
Valedictorian. Valedictorian po yan sa most valuable playboy.
Gusto ko yun. MVP.
Talagang ang hinahanap na puso natin, hindi the opposite sex. Hinahanap na puso natin, Diyos.
At saka pagmamahal sa kapwa-tao.
Oo.
I would assume that is the primary objective.
Yun nga, the first encyclical of Pope Leo was the unfinished encyclical of Pope Francis. Pope Francis was doing 2 encyclicals when before he died. Dilexit nos, he loves us, and dilexite, I love you. Yung dilexite, the poor, I love you. The poor is always in my heart. Jesus yan, and I want the church that I began to always have the poor in the
Father, let me talk about you were a running priest, but you're also known for your progressive ideas. You were shaped in the period of liberation theology in the 70s. So, and we've seen in the news, not very, very obviously, but you some sort of defy the church hierarchy, your superiors, for your unconventional approach to social justice and advocacies. How did you manage that? How did you manage the terrain? At that time, very hierarchical si Cardinal Sin. So,
well, ironically, I did not have any problem under Cardinal Sin. I had problems after Cardinal Sin.
pero so how did you...
Pero number one eh.
During the 70s, martial law yan, you were very, very kilalang, I mean, 80s also, yung social, you're very well known for your social justice advocacies. No? So how did you manage to do this without incurring the wrath of any other superiors?
Kakampi ko si Cardinal Sin.
Kahit na, ano siya, hierarchical.
Yeah, we were speaking the same language.
Okay.
Pero you know what? You know how the political spectrum amongst the bishops were during that time.
Yes. During the time of martial law.
Oh, during the time of martial law.
Yes.
There were bishops who were pro-Marcos.
Yes.
And there were bishops who were anti-Marcos. And Cardinal Sin was with the bishops who were anti-Marcos. So, but they're all brothers, no, inter pares eh. Diba? Equal brothers, bishops sila lahat. So how do they forge unity if politically they're divided? So in the end, kailangan ng presidente ng CBCP na magsasabi, stop the argument, this is our stand. And Cardinal Sin became the president. But before he became the president of CBCP, he was the Cardinal of Manila. And even if he's not the president, as Cardinal of Manila, he will not say, this is our stand. He will say, this is my stand. But being the Cardinal of Manila, his stand is very powerful. Kaya, nandun ako I was under his shadow, kaya protected.
Pero, so,
Bishop Sok.
you were
At
protected.
that time, hindi pa siya bishop ka eh.
Oo nga, pero malapit din po siya kay Cardinal Sin.
Assistant
No?
yata si Sok noon, di ba?
Sok is the panganay na anak. Ni Cardinal. They really parang reflections of each other eh.
Question lang po. Is it fair to say that you were at least a moderate priest politically compared to other priests that I know of? The late Father Joe Dison, Father Balweg, whom I met after the martial law. And a lot of those priests, or many of priests, nuns, including seminaries, took up arms against the government. How does the church view this?
During that time, the debate was the armed struggle. Mag-AAS ba tayo o hindi?
AS.
That was
diba?
a discussion within the church?
The discussion within the liberal and the progressive sectors.
Si Father, on the Jesuit side, si Father Intengan.
Intengan.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
recruited by Archie. Kaya sok them ako.
Okay.
So, not them, sok them. Kaya, not them, sok them, God them. Dito sa right eh.
Si Nani po yan. Ay, bip-bip pala. Di tayo nag-bip-bip.
Isang araw, nagmamaneho sa Cubao.
Bawal
Bip,
mura.
bip, bip,
Bawal
bip.
mura. But anyway, Father, continue.
Yes, po, yes.
Yeah. And so, after martial law and after EDSA na, magkakakilala yung not them at sok them. Pero it was still a difficult situation kasi alam mo yung ideological affiliation, it becomes almost like a fate in itself eh. Kaya kapag ikaw ay not them, talagang at pare at madre, yung mga sok them na yan ay mga CIA. May ganyang mga branding. Kaya,
Tama.
Tapos divided. Tapos nung natapos na yun, hindi na dapat nag-CCIA, nagda-not them, sok them. Kaya lumabas yung parang mura, yung God them. Sabi, let us stop this this useless branding of each other.
Yes.
But even if you were a SOC them, which is like what Nani said, moderate yan, you were still in the order of battle of the government.
Because the sok thems were also for AS.
Yes.
Merong,
May faction.
hindi, may army.
May yes.
Nagtayo ng army ang sok them.
nga.
Kaya, they were anti-government.
But obviously, you're not part of that.
No, I'm not part of the AS. Pero I knew those guys.
And
Sila Father Intengan yun.
Oo. And I was,
Doris Baffrey.
yeah, the Tote Olaguer.
ito ba yung,
Totally again.
ito yung nag-light a fire?
Yeah.
Light a
Kaya-
fire
Si
movement.
Butchabad kasama ro.
Yung naglagay ng bomba bago magsalta si
Correct.
Imelda Marcos at si Marcos.
The
Hindi sumabog.
PICC.
the beginnings of my running,
Steve Sinakis.
Yeah, Steve
the
Sinakis.
brother-in-law of the Lopezes.
the beginnings of my running had something to do with the underground.
Okay.
Because I had to deliver money, coded messages, na para hindi halata. I put it in my brief.
Exclusive to.
Tapos, you were
Exclusive
running.
to. Exclusive
So tatakbo
to.
ako, who will ever suspect that this running guy, who was very young, at was seminary, had something in his crotch that that was very dangerous.
Oo nga.
So, tatago ko dito, tatago ko sa medyas ko, I was delivering messages.
Were you
and
being
money.
frisked?
May term po kami nung panahon na yun, pasabilis ang tawag ko dyan.
Were you being frisked ba by military?
No, I look like a guy who was just jogging.
Okay.
So, shorts, running shoes, singlets, running.
So that triggered your running.
No, it did not trigger.
Hindi naman ho.
It just continued. It was something that I had. And so, finally, when I became a priest, and in 1995, malapit na yung celebration ng centennial of the revolution, 96, 97, 98, sabi ko, what can I do to tell people to give importance to history?
Right.
So I would run from Murphy, Cubao, to Katipunan and all the way, and then at Katipunan, enter Ateneo, run around Ateneo, go out to Katipunan, turn left sa CP Garcia, enter UP, run around UP, and then run back to Katipunan, run around Ateneo, and then run along Aurora back to Murphy Cubao. And that was roughly a 20-kilometer run.
But you were also very supportive of the causes of farmers, workers.
Of course.
You
no.
did hunger strikes. You slept
All of that, I was supportive.
sa mga strike ko, di ba?
Let me continue. It was during those runs that I said, why not use running as a form of evangelization, a proclamation? So why don't I just run across the Philippines, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, telling people to love this country and to fight for it. So as early as 1996, I ran across Mindanao. 97, I ran across Visayas. 98, I ran from Lawag to Manila and from Sorsogon to Manila. So that was crazy. I was running 50 kilometers a day.
Ay, okay, well fit ho kayo.
That is not only fitness, that's insanity.
Sinsanity. Pero, alam niyo, Father Robert, wala po kayong pinalampas na administrasyon na tuwing may pagkakamali ang administrasyon, you fight back.
Oh.
You fight back. You were never silenced.
I was silenced by GMA.
Really?
Sino boss mo pala? Sino presidente mo?
Si GMA.
Okay, I was silenced by GMA.
Anong ginawa po sa inyo?
Pinakulong ako.
Ah, really?
It was during GMA that I landed in jail twice.
For what reason?
Yung unang kulong ko, kay Johnny Enrile.
Huh?
Kasi...
Before GMA.
Oh, kasi, no, that was GMA's time.
Bakit Johnny Ponce Enrile ho?
Pinatay ni Jackie Enrile yung pamangking ko. O, baka ako'y malibel ulit nito.
Sino yung pamangkin nyo?
Ernest Robert Lucas.
Oh.
On September 25, 1975. Soiree ng Ateneo at ng St. Paul's sa San Lorenzo Village. I memorized the details because I had to defend myself in court. So, the father and son filed a double libel case against me for 2 million pesos.
Were you convicted?
Of course not.
Okay.
So, sorry lang, because you mentioned Manong Johnny at si Jackie.
Oh.
You know, nung nagpa-impeach kami ng presidente, ako mismo pumunta kay Jackie, ilan ho kami, yung Spice Boys. You know, he called his dad. Sabi niya, Papa, I have to sign this. So, I hope you don't mind. Sabi ni Manong Johnny, go ahead. Pinirma niya impeachment. Yun naman yung recollection ko po sa kanila. Kaya nga ho, sabi ko, medyo nabigla po ako.
Pero ang dami niyong controversy. Parati kayo ini-exile. Ilang beses ba kayo in-exile?
By the church.
Pinapunta pa kayo sa Vatican.
Hindi, the first time was 83 to 87.
Okay.
Bakit po?
Nasa order of battle na ako eh.
Ng military.
Ang military.
Classmate
So
po kami.
from Marcos time to Cory's time. Kasi 83 to 87.
Hindi lang. From Marcos time to
Forever.
Duterte's time.
Wala ka mga order of battle sa amin, ah.
Sa kay Pinoy, wala naman.
wala kami, oo.
Those were my peaceful years.
Yung guy.
Kay
Isang
Pinoy.
araw.
Those were my peaceful years.
No,
so.
si Father Robert is a good friend of then you Undersecretary Gil de los Reyes, who's may Yusik and
yes,
Dal.
yes.
Then became secretary, and the late Chito Gascon.
Ako nagkasal sa dalawa. Ikaw lang hindi ko
Kay
kinasal.
Kay Gil at saka kay
Oo,
Pachi.
ako ikaw,
Kay
sayang.
Gil at saka kay Chito, kinasal nyo sila?
Oo, hindi sila dalawa. Ikaw
Sorry.
naman talaga. Sayang hindi kita kinasal. Baka it may have made a difference.
I could have been worse. And kidding aside.
Okay.
Much respect po sa inyo.
So you were exiled. I understand you went to Vatican and you were sent there by Cardinal Sin
Yeah, not the Vatican, to Rome.
to Rome.
To study
Okay.
in Rome.
And then afterwards, you were telling me that you decided to study. When you came back, you studied also a non-sectarian university.
Yeah, I took a secular course. So I went to UP. Sabi ko, sawa na ako sa mga Hiswita kasi there's also a story there. When the Cardinal wanted me to go to Rome, he told me, you study canon law.
Right.
That's not my cup of tea, no. So, Your Eminence, please no. Wag niyo na ako padala. So, the Cardinal said, you obey. You obey. What's wrong with canon law? Anyway, so finally, it was decided that I will study not canon law, but theology with the Dominicans in Angelicum. Then I also said, Your Eminence, I've been with the Jesuits for all my life. don't send me to the Dominicans. I have to adjust to a new spirituality, a new frame of mind. Why don't you just obey? So we were between Bahrain and Rome. Hindi pa decided. He made sure na ihahatid niya ako. I was going to Rome already. Sinabayan niya kami. Hindi ko alam kung sinabayan niya kami, pinasabay niya kami sa kanya. But somewhere between Bahrain and Rome, the stewardess approached me and told me, the cardinal wants to talk to you. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. He wants to talk to you now. So I go. Sabi niya sa akin, you really don't want to study with the Dominicans. No, I have nothing to do against the Dominicans. Just don't make me adjust to too many things. I have to adjust to the language, to the culture, and then also to the school. O sige, you will study with the Jesuits. You go to the Greg. So I studied with the Jesuits from 1970 to 1987. 17 years yun. So when I came back, sabi ko,
Gregorian University.
Gregorian. So enough with the Jesuits. So I want to continue studying. Naganap ako ng university na kung saan nag-aaral si Nani Braganza. Yung university na walang Diyos.
Ay, hindi ho nag-aaral sa ano yan. May Diyos ho yan.
Apple juice, pineapple juice.
So I went to UP and did a secular course.
Sorry.
Lasal po yan.
Lasal po, Lasal.
But
Ang sabi ko ng tatay ko, wag kang mag-UP, maging aktivista ka. Kasi all of them studied in UP. So naglasal po ako.
Father,
Naging rebelde lang naman ako.
Father, may tanong sa inyo.
Yan,
Bakit ang mga kaparian, totoo ba to? Ba't ang mga kaparian hindi mahilig sa soft drinks? Alam nyo ba yun?
Ito
hindi
na.
ko alam po yan.
Kasi ang balita, sila, maka-juice kasi sila.
Okay, baka Diyos.
Isang araw.
Okay.
But anyway, Father, you went... Wait, so...
Lahat ng ginagawa natin, violation sa Holy Week, ha? Mabuti na nandito si Father Robert.
No, hindi naman sinabi ng wala yun sa listahan, you cannot laugh.
Ganun po.
Father,
Pero totoo ho ba na bawal maligo tuwing Biyernes, especially after 3 o'clock?
Hindi ko alam kung saan galing yung tradisyon na yan.
Kasi namatay ho daw si Jesu Cristo ng alas 3. Yan ang
Marami bawal bawal lumabas ng bahay, bawal mag-drive ng kotse, bawal maligo, bawal kumain ng ganito.
Si Nani po walang problema, hindi ho naniligo.
Hindi, alam mo kung bakit? Sa probinsya kasi may posisyon. So normally, pag binata ka o may crush ka, sinasama mo sa posisyon. So dapat maligo ka. Look, that's a practical. Totoo naman po yun. Pero totoo rin po ba, ito warning lang ho to ha, kay Ate G, kay Ate Gigi, kay Ate Eileen, at saka kay Direk. Totoo ho ba yun, tuwing Holy Week, bawal manalamin at magpaganda yung mga kababaihan?
Hindi.
Hindi rin ho. Well, unang-una magaganda na ho sila.
Pero tama yun, I agree.
Hindi yun. Pero, di ba?
Alam mo, ang bawal ay mahalin mo sarili mo.
Yun, tama.
Kasi harap ka sa salamin. Ilang minuto kailangan mo para humarap sa salamin? Di ba? Ilang minuto.
Si Nani po, sa balbas pa lang niya 1 oras sa'yo.
Hindi. Ito po, bawal mag-ihaw kasi maitim yung usok. Maitim na kuko eh. It doesn't matter anymore.
Well, anyway, sige na.
Anyway, sorry.
Father, may tanong po tayo. Do you think that the church today is too cautious on political issues? But before you answer this, the spokes will return after the short break.
The Spokes is back, still with Father Robert Reyes. Our hanging question po, Father, do you think the church today is too cautious on political issues?
Pero before you answer that, you were saying something during the break about Nani being a Lasalista.
I don't know. Kaibigan ko si Armin Brother Armin
Oh,
he's just a decent guy. He's not salacious.
How about
Salacious like this
Lasalacious.
guy who comes from Lasalacious.
how about the Dean of College of Law of LaSalle, who is also a very good friend?
His laughter is very salacious.
Ano po yung pangalan niya ulit? Dean De Los Reyes.
Kamag-anak ko sa pangalan. Reyes, De Los Reyes.
So, Father, let's go back. Do you think the present church today is too cautious on political issues?
It has always been cautious.
Okay.
It is the way of the church Caution, kasi moderation. And during the time of Cardinal Sin, the poor Cardinal Sin was forever being cautioned and castigated by Bruno Torpiliani, the nuncio at that
the
time,
nuncio.
who was the best friend of Imelda Marcos. Okay. So,
Nalalaglag yung baba ko dito sa mga chismis na
hindi
to.
chismis to.
Hindi,
Totoo
hindi
yan.
chismis yun.
Totoo yan.
But my first time to hear it.
Oh, yeah. Pero kaya nga, si Cardinal Sin, he knew how to deal with the Marcoses.
Okay.
They will give him gifts, he will accept, give it to the poor. Okay, wala siya problema doon eh. Pero after receiving whatever gift, whatever favor, he will criticize them. He was free.
Question of Father. Is the church cautious or conservative lang po by tradition?
Both.
Both.
Oh, conservative yan. If you're conservative, you're cautious.
Pero Father, si Cardinal Tagle, si Cardinal Ambo is viewed as studying not on the conservative side. Parang Belgian's theology school yung parang they're more progressive or liberal.
Si Cardinal Tagle studied in Washington
Washington University.
University, Catholic U.
Yes.
Si Ambo studied at the University of the CICM sa Louvain and Leuven.
That's a bit progressive.
Progressive yun, progressive
Yes.
yun.
So now that Cardinal Ambo, although he's not the Cardinal of Manila, seems to project that he is parang angat siya sa iba kasi he's very vocal. So do you still think that our present leadership is still conservative? It's a moral.
cautious.
When you're talking
Either
about
way.
corruption, it's a moral issue. It's not a political issue. So how can the church remain conservative at that point when it's a moral issue and not a political issue?
Ten Commandments. Thou shalt not steal.
Pero ang problema as in the congregations in the schools, iba-iba yan eh. Pag nag-aral ka sa Lasal, iba ka sa Ateneo at iba ka sa UP.
O kasi nag-champion ho kami, talo kayo.
O yun. O yun. So, pero basketball yun eh.
Oo.
Oo. Pero pagdating sa mga...
Hindi ko makontra eh. Pari kasi.
Pagdating sa mga obispo, iba-ibang seminaryo pinanggalingan yan.
Bishop, I just have to ask this question.
Hindi ako bishop.
Sorry, Father. There were bishops na deemed to be receiving malaking gifts from presidents like Pajero, etc.
From your boss.
So, yes, ito po. It was
Pero Father, in fact, there were may sinasabi nga, they were called Cossacks in congressman in Cossacks eh.
That's
Yan ang
not-
tawag sa mga obispo tumatanggap ng pera. And there was an archdiocese of Malacanang. Panahon ni Jim.
That's when my problems began.
Paano nire-reconcile ng church in general na may mga membro ho siya na, alam niyo na, pro-anti, but beyond that, tumatanggap ho ng mga marangyang regalo.
Pero kasi calculated yun ginawa ng presidente yun. She knew that if she got the church on her side, she will survive 9 years. She survived 9 years. 3 years of ERAP, and then another 6 years. Maski na may Hello Garci. Ang linaw ng Hello Garci. That's what I was about to say. That's why I was exiled the second time. I exiled myself. I went into self-exile. Kasi when the Hyatt 10 happened, remember? Hindi ka kasama doon, no? Sa Hyatt 10.
Nasa kabinete pa po ata ako. Wala na. I was
sa
already
cabinet.
mayor.
Wala, oo.
I was already mayor.
Sila Butchabad, Hyatt 10.
Sila Butch, sila
Okay,
Dinky.
nag-Hyatt 10 sila. July 7, 2005. July 8, 2005, but it was a Friday. July 10, 2005, Sunday, ako naman hindi ako nag-Hyatt 10, hindi naman ako kabinete. Pero I went into a 24-hour black fast. Ibig sabihin na black fast, no fluid, no solids for
Yes,
24 hours.
black fast.
Doon sa People Power Monument, lagay ako ng tatlong tent. 8 o'clock na umaga hanggang 8 o'clock kinabukasan Monday, hindi ako kakain. And that was the last day of the CBCP meeting where they were discussing whether to ask Gloria to resign or to let her stay.
Si Rosales, yung Cardinal Rosales
Yeah.
that time. Yes.
And ako, sabi ko sa mga bishop, please ask her to resign. She's such a corrupt lady. We don't need a corrupt president at this point in our history. So, I was there not eating and just sitting there. And media was there asking me, what are you doing? I am praying and fasting. What else? I'm praying and fasting. What for? So that my bishops will ask her to resign. At 4 o'clock, the spokesperson read the long statement. Ang haba-haba, and I was just asking for one line. Finally, at the end of the statement, therefore, we are not asking you to resign. Channel 7 and Channel 2 were there in front of me. I was on that at the stage level of People's Parliament. They jumped on the stage. They asked me, "So, Father, the bishops said the opposite of what you're asking for. Ano po masasabi nyo?" I said two things which got me into real trouble.
What are those two things?
This is a very sad time in our history, number one. Number two, because the bishops did not only betray the people, but they betrayed God.
Well, you blame the hierarchy for that.
Yes. Because ang linaw na, hello, Garci, ang linaw na, may mga pajero, mga kung ano-anong binibigay na envelopes.
Sa mga bishop?
Yes.
Pare?
Kilala natin yung kinuha niya, sayang, namatay na siya. Huwag mo niyo sabihin.
Kilala ko yun.
Pero yung trabaho niya, kontakin yung mga bishop. Bishop, anong kailangan mo? Bahala na si ma'am.
Ambassador.
Huwag ka na maingay.
Hindi.
Kwento ko na lang sa'yo. Goodwill.
Kwento ko na lang sa'yo.
Pero the church was so corrupted systematically. It was systematic corruption of the church by a president who had in her power to disburse funds.
Question lang po. I was not in the cabinet then. The president also, President Gloria Macapagal also felt betrayed by those people she trusted. They even sang if we hold on together, tapos chak.
Totoo. Ikaw ba si Chucky?
Ako si beep.
Chucky.
Kaya,
May sound effect po yung pag-check.
ay, di ba yung Chucky yung maka-Diyos? Diyos. Ano ba yung Chucky?
Yung maliit na manyika na nananaksak talaga.
Ganun ha? Siya yun? Yung horror? Siya nga yun. Jesus.
Holy Week to, ha? Horror.
Hindi, pero go ahead. Yung tanong mo.
Yun lang yung tanong ko. So, she also felt betrayed.
Yeah, I know.
I was mayor. I was called to the palace to help the president. Kasi, yun lang that was my job.
Pero can I say...
I was mayor. So, nakwento lang po sa akin.
I was also betrayed kasi
By the church.
Kasama ko yung mga... Yung
mga yun?
Kasama ako nung pinabagsak namin si Erap. Saan kami nagbi-meeting? Doon sa Linden Suites. Kanino yung Linden Suites? Sa kanila. So, kaya nga sabi ko, itong politika sa Pilipinas, you have to be very careful Pero you cannot be discerning, perfectly discerning all the time Kasi yung kakampi mo ngayon, nilalabanan tong si Erap, yung isang senadora, yung Vice President Erap, para namang matino, hindi mo alam
But how do you, Father Gento po, how do you now assess the political situation in this country?
Before that, let me just state something. The prophetic voice of the church was lost during the GMA term.
Yeah.
It was totally compromised. And that's why there is a call right now with the present church to revive the prophetic voice. And how are you doing with the prophetic voice of the church in terms of corruption, flood control, corruption? Also, it seems like the bishops are also silent on the impeachment proceedings against the vice president. These are two big issues that are pressing on the Filipino people today. So, where is the prophetic voice of the church now?
This week, I was supposed to hold a rally at DPWH.
Okay.
Pero yung schedule ni Vince Dizon ay magulo, kaya it did not push through. That was supposed to happen Monday. This morning, I was supposed to be in Mindiola to stage a rally against why we are now forgetting corruption and the flood control issue. Okay? But ang hirap to put things together, so hindi natuloy. Tapos tumawag kayo, sabi ko, kaya siguro hindi natuloy so that I will meet Nani Braganza and
Edwin Lacierda.
Mr. Pogi.
And I will be challenged to really pray before coming to the station. So
Boss,
I prayed.
Father, ang kailangan na yung pagdadasal yung nakaluhod ho kayo. Ganun kabigat kasalanan nito.
But Father, seriously, when you speak about the prophetic voice,
Yes.
you're talking about the prophets of the Old Testament, Samuel,
Yes.
diba? All these people who spoke against government, spoke against the evils of
Yes.
the leaders. So where are we seeing the church today? Do we hear the voice of the church?
The church is very careful
Why are you being careful when it's a moral issue?
because many of the bishops, the priests are very close to the dynasties.
And shouldn't that be a cause for you to be more forthright and
That's why
outraged?
I already made several statements. Bishops, cardinals, brother priests, cut your ties with the dynasties. Because if you don't, you will be forever careful about what you say because you'll be always afraid of losing the benefits that come from them.
I'll tell you something, Father. I was very amazed. I was very shocked to learn that Father Joel Tabora was a supporter of President Duterte.
Yeah.
He spoke very well of communism. Pag nag-attend ng class niya, he taught communism. Maniniwala ka, dapat maging komunista tayo. And
Yan
then
ang mga problema. Pag ikaw ay naging presidente ng isang university, you need funds.
Oh.
But that doesn't justify the moral change.
Yeah, but then, that's why money is the root of all evil, di ba?
The love of money is the root of all
di ba?
evil.
So the love of money is the root of all evil. So, kapag presidente ka, you need to build this structure costing you 100, 200 million. You have 50 million, but you still need 150 million. You have list of people that you can approach, and one of them are politicians. And
Yeah.
so ako, Joel is a friend of mine. Okay.
And I respect him very much.
Yeah, we both studied Marxism, and we had
Right.
the same professors. That's what I studied in the Gregorian, Marxism. When I came back, I told him, you know, your professor Gustav Vetter of Austria loves you very much, and he says you're such a brilliant guy. And if I have any questions about Karl Marx, I should talk to you. And so we never really got to talk about Karl Marx. We talk about problems of society, but that's why when he became pro-Duterte, I was really perplexed, no, to say the
Father,
least.
let me cut in. How can a priest or a man of the church reconcile, di ba, your belief in God and dialectic materialism? Because we've seen priests.
Yeah.
Baka akala niyo siya lang yung marunong mag-aaral. I have
Hindi,
to ask this
I did
question.
not study that to become a Marxist or a
No, really.
communist.
But
Yeah.
how can some priests embrace non-belief in God and embrace dialectic materialism? Hindi ko
Some of them left the church and became a full-fledged member of the Communist Party. Some of them compromised by keeping your religious convictions and playing a game with dialectical materialism. So it's a compromise. It's a philosophical and also theological compromise. The dialectics of non-God and God within you is the dialectics that you will accept as part of your belief in dialectic materialism.
And in between probably is, regardless, serving the people is the primary objective.
Because you have to liberate the masses.
Yes.
Father, we're moving now to the tough question. So do you now see a EDSA people power like EDSA 86 happening again in the Philippines before 2028?
The elements are not there. Eh. You don't have a cardinal sin. People were saying, what will happen to the CBCP kapag wala na si Ambo? From President Ambo to the President. Magkaiba yung dalawa. Ambo is very vocal. The one who replaced him is very quiet.
Okay.
But a cardinal sin, then Cardinal Sin was Cardinal of Manila. He was not president of CBCP, but being Cardinal of Manila, he had a voice. The Cardinal of Manila now is very quiet.
Okay.
So walang cardinal sin. So you need someone with a consistent voice who will speak out all the time.
So you're saying it's a sin for not having a cardinal sin.
Yes,
Okay.
a situation becomes sinful. Okay. If
Father, If you are making a stand on a political issue that is not aligned with the official stand of the Catholic Church, what do you do when reprimanded?
You obey, but you still say, but I still believe. For example, during the time of Sirisa Ontiveros was pushing for all of these controversial bills on contraceptives,
Reproductive health care.
reproductive health, mag-uusap kami ni Risa. Risa, I support you, but I cannot support you publicly because I might get excommunicated. I will not say anything about whether I believe and I will push for gay marriages, no, same-sex marriages. Pero
Or divorce?
or divorce. But if I go out and say, tama si Risa, what will happen to me?
Explicit.
Father, next
Yes,
half
sir.
question. Short answer muna dito, no? Are you against Vice President Sara Duterte becoming president?
Of course.
And if you are against her and she becomes president, will you be hitting the streets again like you used to do?
Of course. Of course, kasi during the time of her father, Father Bert Alejo, Flavi, and I had death threats from the trolls. And the trolls were just being ordered by Dutertes to frighten the hell out of us, no? Kasi hindi kami araw-araw we were criticizing Duterte for the his war on drugs. We are happy that now he's in The Hague.
Right.
But if the daughter becomes president, the church should come out. But not when she becomes president. The church should come out now and say it is clearly a moral imperative to prevent a Sara Duterte presidency.
Question lang po, we live in a democracy
Yeah.
as a result of EDSA 1, EDSA 2. So, in other words, it's the people who votes these public servants into power. Now, if VP Sara becomes president, will you respect the will of the people?
Noong panahon ni Gloria, no nanalo siya after the Garci expose, I will say this is a compromise situation. So therefore, I will always question it. I will question the winning of Sara. For example, last year's impeachment attempt, nakarating sa Senado, binalik sa Kongreso, sinabi ng Supreme Court, unconstitutional. Will it not happen again? How many in the Supreme Court are Duterte appointees? How many in the Senate are still Duterte supporters? How many in Congress are just there voting 200 to impeach Sara because kumakampi sila kay Bongbong?
At tumanggap po ng maleta.
And they need the budget to favor their needs. So politics is, as you say, is not about principles but common interest.
Pero Father, Holy Week ngayon.
Oh.
So, it's about repentance and forgiveness. Kung may kunyari, may isang corrupt public official humingi sa iyo ng forgiveness, how should priests deal with this with them?
Simple lang. No forgiveness without restitution.
Okay.
No forgiveness without penance.
So
Okay?
you will not forgive in the sacrament of reconciliation?
There's always a condition.
Okay.
If nagnakaw ka, Father, nagnakaw ako, soli mo.
Thank you, Father.
Question lang, last point lang. Nagsoli ho yung mga witnesses ng pera sa gobyerno eh. So in other words, that's it?
No, sinoli nila, pittance lang yun, 100 million.
Father, na nga,
Yeah.
yung meron akong nag-attend ako ng isang ng sermon ng Holy Week last year, no? Tapos may isang Batanggenyo tumabi sa akin. Sabi ng sige, upo kayo dito. Tapos yung pare, tulad niyo, nagsisermon siya, sabi niya, magsisi kayo dahil sa inyong mga kasalanan, napako yung taong yan dito. Kaya magsisi kayo. So, sabi ng Batanggenyo, alay nung isang taon nandito, nakapako na yan.
hindi umalis.
Maraming salamat. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Father Manong Robert Reyes po, for gracing our show.
Can I plug lang?
Yes, sir.
Meron kaming novena starting tonight until April 9. So April 1 to 9, magdadasal, yung Clergy for Good Governance.
Saan po yan? Saan?
At 9 o'clock sa online.
Okay.
Clergy for Good Governance will be praying for for peace, for accountability, and justice.
What platform? Online? Saan? Anong channel pa nun?
No, sa Clearly for Good Governance Facebook page.
Alright.
So
Okay,
we will ask everybody to pray with us at 9 o'clock for 9 days.
Alright,
Yes,
sige po.
Well,
Sige.
Number 1, for peace and the end of war.
9 p.m., 9 a.m.?
9 p.m.
Alright.
Number 2, for all these corruption cases to end and makulong na yung dapat makulong. Number 3, for the impeachment to happen.
Okay.
Okay.
Sige po. A priest who runs fast and protests to remind us that faith demands more than words. It is a challenge to all of us.
In the face of corruption and crisis, will we stay silent or will we find the courage to act? Nani Agsalud Braganza po.
Edwin Lacierda po. And we are
The Spokes.